Hello. Let's do some game development. Let's go. Alrighty. Let's see, what are we doing today? We're making NPCs. And we're gonna make them interact with our game. So we can have an actual game loop. Be kind of cool. Maybe. And then hopefully we'll be able to validate this game idea. And once that's done, see if it's actually fun or if it's kind of boring, you know? So let's have a look. Let's have a look. What are we currently working with? Oop. Right here. Just got a little scene. Pretty empty. We're meant to be, you know, inside a cafe. I don't know if you can kind of tell, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm great at art, so that's cool. But I guess we can show off the premise of the game as well. That's cool. Let's have a look. So, oop. Might be good to actually show off what we're doing. Alrighty. So, if you like gambling, you might like this. I don't know. I love gambling. I love scratchies. You love scratching things. So nice. Alright. Get to chill. Scratch your scratchy. Look at that. Oop. And get to choose some ingredients for making a tea. So you've chosen those ingredients from the scratchy. Then brew the tea. You know, it's nothing crazy, but yeah. That's about it. We're trying to create a full loop, but we don't have the full loop yet. So, creating the scratchy was, you know, a bit of effort. Still learning Godot. It's pretty good. But yeah, let's continue on. So, I think the first thing we need to do is we need to finish making this NPC. Let's have a look at it. I think we've got an animation, just idling, got walking, pretty easy. Definitely stolen art. That's okay. Stolen art from a good place. Paid for these assets on Humble Bundle a while ago. They're pretty nice to work with for testing stuff. Just to give like a look and feel without going too crazy, you know. So, I guess the first thing we should do is make an NPC script. That'd be pretty good. Alrighty. So we've got an NPC class. We need an NPC manager, which I think might have started working on. Yep. Okay, we've got a couple of notes here from when I was just messing around. That's good. Let's have a look. So we want to manage spawning NPCs with a customizable number. That's pretty easy. Customizable. Either we can tell the manager to spawn NPCs via a function, or we can set it manually on the manager. I think For now, we'll just keep it on the manager. So just have max NPCs. Make that equal to, I don't know, 3. Cool. Wow, look at that. We've already finished something. How good. Let's have a look. Let's work out when is best to trigger a spawn. So it could be time-based during each day, or it could be a hard cap on the number of NPCs. There's still like quite a few things I guess I was thinking about. I think having some sort of day and night cycle to split up the game would be good. It's pretty simple, I guess, because you'd have like the daytime you're working in the cafe. Where are we? Where's our cafe? You're working in the cafe, you're serving customers, scratch and scratchies. Once you finish that, we can, you know, go to the night time, and there might be extra stuff like customizing the cafe and upgrading scratchies and unlocking things and that sort of thing. But it's definitely not something that I want to look at the moment, because, you know, I get way too ahead of myself. So yeah, so let's go back to our NPC manager. Alrighty, so I guess we probably just want a function to spawn. Probably need an NPC resource, or we can pass it in. We can have a back scene. Good. We'll return a NPC, I guess. Already got a return null. My bad. Oop. So manage A. Yes. Start off once we're ready. Cool. Our manage day. So once we start the scene, we'll manage our day. We've got our max NPCs. So for in range of max NPCs, can't type anymore. That's good. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? We want to spawn an NPC. So we could have something to hold our NPCs, so you could have lots of different preloaded NPCs. I think this specifically, our NPC is a node 2D, so we probably want an NPC resource. I would say this is like a NPC spawnable or something. I'm terrible at naming. Always have been. That's okay. We'll rename this too. Cool. And then we can also create an NPC. Where'd that go? So this can be our NPC class, and we can extend resource for that. The variables for it, so it might have a name, string, mel, whatever. Actually, cheeky little spreadsheet. that I was working on just for some data types, which is right. So we could have export bar, I don't know, requests, which is an array of string. Ideally, we want our NPCs to make multiple requests, but also each NPC might, I mean, you could either randomize it by passing into the requests the values, or you can just set it statically. I think for now we would keep it be manual. Be good. Let's have a look at our requests. So, yep. What do we want? Probably want a request class as well. This might be something like a customer request. Yeah. And then we can have a new entity called a custom. Oops. Customer request. Whoa. Hearing sounds. Oh my gosh. Thank you for following. Crazy. Be honest. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Resource. Let's see. We don't have the customer request class name set up. Cool. Easy enough. Bro, who deleted this search? Naughty guy. Should be better now. Ah, right, I'm an idiot. It is an empty array. Like that. Pretty good. Let's have a look-see. So, why do we have an issue there? Oh yeah, right. So, jumping back and forth can get distracting, I'll tell you what. Right. Probably need to define an array of NPCs for now that we can spawn. So, NPCs, just an array, I guess, of NPC. And then we probably want the NPC spawnable, which is just a vaccine, I think. And we can grab it. Cool. In our game, we've got an NPC manager. This. Okay. NPC's at 0. Whatever. We can change it. Oops, sorry. NPC spawnable. Now it's compiling. Cool. Alrighty, so we can load this NPC and add a new NPC here. We got Mel as a request. What is a request? That's a good question. Let's have a look at that. Let's see. Request string. Just whatever. You can also have stuff on a request like trait of some sort. So I guess like when a customer makes a request, we want to be able to have their mood and some sort of flavoring, maybe a strength associated with the tea. That could be good. Yeah. So I think if we define a couple of those, we can change them later, but yeah, not too bad. Alrighty. So I've got a little, I show the cheeky spreadsheet, but we're at flavors, flavor preferences. See, this could either be the NPC could have flavor preferences, which might be better, but I guess, yeah, maybe we'll ignore that. We'll just have like a desired effect, I think. That can just be an array of string for now. We don't care. And that could say something like we want it to be soothing, comforting, you know, energizing, whatever. Good, be good. Keep viewers. Fine, no viewers, get out of here. Let's get rid of that guy. Bots, am I right? What's in the chat? My goodness. Alrighty. So yeah, we can have some effects on a customer request. Can have like what kind of temperature they're wanting. So temp, desired temp. That can just be a string as well for now. We can make it like an enum later, I think. As long as we're passing in that sort of thing. I guess we can also have like their dislikes. That could be on the NPC level too, but maybe not. I guess because this is like a customer request, you could abstract it. This could be like inherited from like a customer or from a request or something like that, which has the base of the dislikes and their like desired effects and what flavors the NPCs want. But yeah, I mean, whatever. I think for now, just keep it short and sweet. Be just a string array as well. Something like that. Probably good enough for now. So we should be able to create a new customer request string. Grab something from my couple of. I need something soothing today. An effect. What kind of effect would they want? They want a soothing effect. You know. They might want a comforting effect. What are you making? Making a game, brother. Video game. Making a little whatever. Little tea shop game. We're incorporating a little bit of gambling because nothing's really fun without some gambling. So we got a little cheeky scratchy. should have, you know, customers come in. Probably not a good display. That's fine. Customers come in, they make a request for some sort of tea. Shout out gambling. Shout out gambling. You pretty much get to pick the ingredients from whatever's in the scratchy. So it's a bit of RNG. Little cheeky. You get to scratch the scratchy. Find some ingredients in your scratchy. And then you can kind of pick which ones you want to brew the tea. Make lots of different kinds of teas is the idea. And some, like, I guess, yeah, unlockable ones or whatever. I've got no clue. I just want to, I don't know, make a basic gameplay loop and then we can iterate from there. That'll be kind of cool. But you want to kind of put like the kinds of ingredients to match the request. So if a customer wants something soothing, they might want a soothing tea, and different ingredients have different, you know, properties on them which allow for that. Yeah. So I guess if you like brew it, you've got a very basic like custom blend set up, because I haven't really defined anything yet, but that ideally will take you back, and then, you know, customers happy or they're not happy, you might get some points for that. That sort of thing. Cheeky little scratchy game. Just wanted to make scratchies, alright. Love scratchies. Alrighty. So, we want to spawn our NPC. I think when we spawn the NPC, for now we can just return one of the NPCs in the array to set it as. So we can do spawned equals NPC dot instantiate. We can do spawn dot. We can just add child spawned. Cool. So we should have an NPC now that's in the scene. Who knows what's gonna happen with that. We want to set the traits, I guess. So let's do that. So I guess ideally in the spawnable, I don't know what the best way to go about this is, but I usually check if the type is correct, and then you can follow the type from there, which is good. Yeah, it's probably a better way to go about it. You make it so the NPCs request cigarettes. Maybe cigarette and a tea could be nice and relaxing for your gambling and nicotine addictions. Might be nice. Let's have a look. So I guess we'll say if spawned is NPC spawnable, we can go spawn dot set data, some basic method, send the NPC, not NPC, so NPCs, create a RNG actually. Generate a new one. So we can do NPCs RNG dot brand in range of 0 to NPCs dot size -1, I think, something like that. 0, size is 1. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh. And keep the list of the current NPCs. Good. Let's have a look. That can be an NPC spawnable. Is also an array. Cool. We can append those. Yep. And spawn NPC. It's gonna spawn 3 at once, isn't it? Yeah. It's fine. Probably need some sort of timer to, you know, start the day and possibly only spawn 1 after another one and that sort of thing, but that's okay. Work it out. Spawn them all at once now, which is fine. Keep it at 1. Nice and sweet, nice and easy. What we do need to do is we need to define this method or function. Cool. So we need to set its data from an NPC. So I guess we'll pass in the NPC here, and then we can set that up. So it's just got a name and requests at the moment. It's fine. Go bar. Yeah. Name. I don't think you can use name in Godot under a NPC spawnable, but that's okay. I mean a node 2D. So reserved word, and then what have we got? What else is customer request? I guess at the time it's only going to have 1 request, so we'll just keep it as a request. Cool. Can do NPC name, so equal to NPC dot name crazy request is equal to NPC dot. Do we not have a request yet? I'm just chucking the first one for now. It's okay. So then we should have. Yeah, that's fine. We can export those, I think. Would be good. Let's have a look. And we can have a look at it. In the editor runtime. Always useful. Cool. So I didn't set everything. Oh my goodness. Warm. It's like nothing. It's like we hate tea. Oh, they're just like, I don't know, bitter. Something sweet. Something sweet, something cool, calm, collected, you know. Nice. Alright. Ooh. Just sitting like a degenerate. It's okay. Alrighty, so that should spawn an NPC. We didn't set their position, and we didn't set their sizing either. So they're pretty tiny. And we also didn't set their animations, so it's probably better to call this like either like an object or node. See, enough. We'll keep it Godot themed, I guess. We'll have to rename the like that. Oh. We'll also have to rename the as our NPCs spawnable. Oh. Set data func move. I think how we're gonna move is, or how the NPC is gonna move is, we want to use I think it's a path 2D. I haven't really used them much, but I think in the game you can set up like a path 2D. We set it here, something like that. Yeah. Set it to walk up to like here. At a point, we can just go like this. And we probably need to rotate those. So it's going the other way. So they pretty much make them walk from out of the scene too. Come in. That's about it. They're walking in, and then we'll make them go backwards out of the path later. I ever used a path 2D? No. So this will be kind of interesting. In our NPC manager, yeah. The NPC, I guess, will control itself moving around, but we want to keep the reference of the path here, and we don't want to put it inside the NPC because, you know, if you chuck them in a different scene, the path won't align up and that sort of thing. Probably not the best thing, but that's okay. Let's have a look. What do we want to do? Probably want to keep the path. Be a good idea. Cool. Uh-oh. Going on there. Alright, so got the path. We have a look at the path. So I think the NPC will have a path follow 2D, maybe. Considered as relative. Yeah, okay. Set curve, get curve. Okay. Not super useful. We probably want to pass the path in to the NPC so we can keep that. That. Oop. No. Nice to type stuff, wouldn't it? Not the world's best typer, but we'll get there, we'll manage. We actually also want to return the spawn. Cool. So we should have. We'll just grab the first one actually, just to check its name. Yeah. See if we have one. Ooh, here we go. Ah, yep. Nice one. Let's return the PC node. Be useful. Okay. Cool. Spawn NPCs Mel. There's Mel. So what more could you want? It's pretty good. Alrighty. So we've got an NPC spawned. We need to make them walk. We're gonna have to pull up some more docs, I think, because Path2D and Godot those. Yeah, so I think I was on the right track before with the path follow. We might want to set that in the actual NPC though. We can try and follow the path there. Ah, okay. Interesting. Okay, so I guess we have to set it as a Path2D here. And then chuck it like that. So then we don't need the reference here. Unless you can do like a sub parent, sub resource, do path, and then you can add like an NPC node. And the NPC node has like a path follow on it. That's not gonna work, is it? Yeah, so I think that's okay. I guess we will control it within the NPC itself. That's pretty good. Oop. The average water drinker. Alright, so yeah, we'll need to reference our path then. I'm gonna have to chuck the NPC in here though. Can grab the I see the sub resources. The good question. Interesting. All right. So I guess the path. Let's just try setting something up. Start it from there. We can go to like there. Go for a walk. Like to keep our animation as well. So we need our animated sprite. Cool. Those, so these are always signed. That's good. Fine. Alright. We probably want to set something like move speed. Who knows? 10.0. Something like that. Move. I guess we want to make sure we're using the walk animation. So, go animated sprite. Play our walk. Little things, variables. Pretty good. Probably want to keep the last position. Probably good. We probably want to call the update within the process, fix process. Usually what we would do. So we can do last pause vector 2 equal to vector 2.0. Start with probably want to the physics process. And ready, we want to call move think. Start walking straight away. As soon as we spawn, we want to set our position to the last pause. Actually, we want to set it to the path. Probably want to keep the sure. So we should be at the start of our path initially. And as we move, so I want to set our last pause to the path as well. And probably to our position is fine. Yeah. Looking good. Alright, then we move. I'm gonna walk. I guess we also want to track our path progress, I guess. Somehow. So I guess there's a we have like a yeah. Have a look at this. We can get progress, distance along the path in pixels. Cool. Changing its value sets its position to a point within the path. Okay. Resting. So I guess I'm assuming, yeah, because since we're in control of the path, we probably want to move it via the move speed, but by the delta, get it moving. Probably need to update our position as well. Off below global position like we do, and we probably want to update the last pause as well, something like that. Something like that. Then I guess we need to have a check here. So once we're at the end of it, progress ratio, that sounds useful. 0 to 1. Yeah, cool. If it's greater than or equal to 1.0, then we can call, like, I don't know, stop. Or make request, something like that. So we should be able to just play our idle animation, make our request, and then should just have a local variable for requesting. So terrible at naming things. It's alright. Requesting. Okay, so if we're not requesting, then we need to update the progress. We also need to set our requesting here. Or something like that. I don't know how this works when spawning. They seem to be moving. I don't think they stopped, unfortunately. Not sure how to check that apart from logging it and working out as we go. So we can print our pathing progress. What's our progress? 0. Oh no. That's for 0.1. That does not look good. It probably has something to do with this, updating our progress based on our move speed. So if we 10x it, I'm assuming it would go 10x faster. Yeah. Yep. Goes faster and the progress goes faster, so it's interesting. Have a look. Just gonna have a look at a path flow example. Let's have a look. Um, Alrighty. We can just check the progress maybe. What does the progress look like? 3, 4, 10. Okay. Set it to like 5 and then we wait for the progress to hit 1. What's that do? Okay, cool. That did a tiny walk. Yep, so we probably want to set the position of the NPC. So we can do we probably in the NPC manager we need to have like a node. Let's have a node. Let's call it or node 2D actually. So we need the transform. We'll call this the spawn position. And calculate it later. It's fine. Spawn it like there. What does our player look like? We go to the player scene. The scale at 5. Whoa. Have a look. Sprite transform. Get slightly bigger, so they look kind of the same. Yeah, that's okay. They look a little bigger, but do like 4.5 or something. That's fine. Cool. You need to grab the spawn pos. So it's our NPC node. When we set our data, we don't need the path duty anymore because we're keeping it. What we do need is the spawn. Not even. We can just set it further up. Spawned dot. Let's all position. Going to be probably want the spawn pos first. Ooh. Oh no, path is not declared. Why is that? We don't need it here. There we go. Spawn pos. set its global position to spawn pos dot. Can we get global position? Grab its global position and then we'll be right. Pretend like there's no errors, call it a day. Who knows where they went? Who knows? Let's have a look. How do we do this? You to the debugging as well. If we go to 2D and we grab the, yep. Oh, they did spawn in the right spot. They're just not moving. So that's fine. We can make them move. Probably because we need the progress ratio to go up to 1.0. Mind you, they're gonna hit about 15 there. We have to read into it a bit more. But I mean, they walk up, oh, and they're speeding. They're speeding. We were logging the progress. Oh no, embarrassing. Yeah, that's I mean, make it like 12 or something. Magic numbers, am I right? They're pretty good. And then we need to make them make a request. And then we should be able to somehow open our scratchies from there and continue on. And then we should be good. I think it's break time. I think so. I'll be right back. Whoa. Have a look. Let's have a look. I think probably not a good idea to magic number stuff. Love this. Nice little thing. We can work that out later though, that's fine. Move per progress X. Just make it 12. Yep. There you go. It's a variable now. So much better. So we have our pathing. We then want to make a request. So firstly, we go to idle. We need to show the request. So show request, which will do some little pop-up of dialogue. And then after we show the request, what we want to do, probably just put it in. Whoa. Don't mind me. Just warming up the old fingers, you know. Okay. So when we show the request, that's after we've done that. Oops, wait. We'll just await some sort of external input at that point. So that should be fine. Pretty much we've got the customer request. We want the request. I guess you can call it UI. It's not really. Just call it the request bubble for now, whatever. Could be a node 2D, could be a sprite 2D. It'll be a node 2D for now. Let's go to the NPC. We've got request bubble. Cool. Let's make that. So let's add a sprite 2D. Let's put this the request bubble. Good. Chuck it up here. We probably want it as just a node 2D though. And we'll chuck that there. Set the transform. Something like this. Mind you, we need a good request bubble. That's the other thing. I need to draw that. Oh no. Oh no. So bad at drawing. Let's just go 32. Oh yeah, pixel art. So good at that. Isn't even centered. Is it? Oop. Like this. There you go. You're welcome. Let's see. It's pretty basic. I don't know. Let's draw a circle. Whatever. It's gonna look ugly. That's okay. Hate that. Hate that so much. And I think the goal is to have like some sort of icon in here. Yeah. Pretty simple apart from that. So good. Get rid of all these extra pixels. Oh, doesn't that look magnificent? It's so even and everything. It's probably what, you're thinking right now. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's so great. So great. Fill it in a little bit. I don't know why I'm doing this. On this layer. That's alright. There we go. Wow. Have to tell me twice. I'm an artist. Yeah, no. Just out of here. Saving. Cool. Easy enough. Whoa. So I'd actually need a texture there. Crazy. Oop. Grab the request bubble and scale it up a little bit. Wow, looks so. Oh god, that's good. That's a good one. All right, this is the request bubble, and it's got the sprite. Cool. Click that on, and then we'll probably have another sprite 2D with the actual icon. This would be like the request icon. And I mean, that can be whatever really. And we probably have to fill that as well. Goodness, we've got artist in the house, am I right? I even draw a smiley face. There we go. Wow. Wow. Magnificent. Save. Probably. Save it. It's okay, we'll change it later. Happy. Ready. Yeah, we got a 16 by 16 with a 32 by 32 pixel art. Looks great together, I know. Damn. Really popping off there, look at that. Customize that. How good. Alright. The request bubble. I mean, you could probably put this in a separate script as well. Doesn't really matter. Probably not, but why not? Why not? We can. What? This isn't even in the NPCs. The generic. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's have a look see here. So we want to keep a reference to our request icon, which is also a sprite 2D. Oops, didn't do var. Love typing. I'm so good at typing. And then we want the bubble itself. That's fine. Once we have those, we can just func set make request or show request, showing the request bubble. Oh my goodness. All right. Pretty good. Pretty simple. Do bubble dot. We can just set visible or do toggle. Wow, look at that. We're getting even more generic value. Oh. We can go visibility, visible equals to value. So if we're setting it to true, it's going to be visible, otherwise it's not. We can then also pass in a icon, would be a texture, and we can then go our request icon dot texture is going to equal to whatever icon we pass in. So we want it to be good or bad later. Doesn't matter too much. But yeah, that's pretty basic. We just need to be able to call this from somewhere. So probably from our NPC node. I think that's where we'll be calling it. So we've got a request bubble. We'll actually make that a, what is it? Request bubble. Pretty good. Cool. I think that's good right there. Cool, and then we've got the typing. So when we show the request, all we want to do is do request bubble dot toggle request through. That's when we make a request, and then we can reset that later. Just pass in null for now, and we'll also just do a check to make sure we can default it to null, and then if icon is it not null, cheeky Godot thing, oop, not equal to null. Yep, not a cheeky Godot thing. There we go. Don't need it if we don't want it. Ah. The average stretcher. Oh. So I think could work. Could work. Oh no. Oh no, we forgot to get rid of it. Okay, so that's something else we can control here. Never even set these two. Good, we should probably rename that to the bubble. Replay bubble. And then where's the request bubble? When we're ready to chill, when we are ready to rumble, we are gonna be making sure we're not visible. Oops. Was false. We don't want to be visible to begin with. The NPC walking in, thumbs up. It's got a little lovely little pixel art artwork right there. Some crazy artists made that. To find them, you know, share their links and socials and whatnot. Yeah, just chilling. Now we just want to be able to click on this. We've got the the game editing on. But we ideally just want to be able to click on this and then we'll be able to start gambling because we love gambling. I love gambling. I love scratching. I love gambling. So our request bubble, we need to be able to handle clicking on a node 2D. We're gonna have to handle the input method function for that. That's cool and fun. Love that. Love that for these guys. Input. So we'll check if our event is input event. Someone's going to kill me for this in the future. If we are using a mouse button and event dot, what is it? When we do is pressed, something like that. Pressed. Cool. And event dot mouse button. What's it called? Mouse index. Who knows? I give up. If we left or right click it, could be anything. Button index. Thank you. And is pressed. Yes. Love that. Okay. Button index. I don't know why it's not typed. I'm so terrible at coding. Yeah, there's a mouse button left. Cool. So we can check if event pressed is pressed. Perfect. Thank you for that. All right. So if we are pressed, what are we going to be doing? We're going to check if the mouse click is within the region of the sprite, the bubble specifically. And click on no transparent things, I guess. Maybe we are. Who knows? Let's see. If our event is pressed, we can do var pause equals. What is it? We need to grab our bubble dot get wrecked. Get wrecked. Am I right? Dot has point, and the point is gonna be the. I don't think we want to store it as a variable, but what's wrong with this? Argument not allowed inside expression. Should probably look at that. Hey. Assuming it's button index. Bullet. Love that. It is a button. I don't know. We'll fix that in a sec. If we have point, bubble local position of the global mouse position, something like that. That should return a boolean. Yep. So if this need a double equals there, that is so true. I love coding. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. All right. Cool. So we've got the click. It's within the area. We need to be able to pass that to probably some sort of event bus that can handle triggering the next part of the game. I have set up a game state. It's very, very icky at the moment. but that's okay. We can change the scene from here. So we will we'll go around for that. Do something fancy. Probably not that fancy, but you know. Yeah. So we're not gonna go to next scene. We're just gonna enable the scratchy. So we can probably just store this locally in our game state that we're currently scratching. So scratching. There you go. And so we can do global scratching, scratchies. Yeah. We don't need to return anything. Not in a very good habit of setting these. Just an average terrible programmer. Okay. Alright, so we're going to be scratching. When we are scratching, we want to check if we are scratching. If it's scratching, probably just needs scratching. Make a little bit more sense there. If we're scratching, then we need to toggle our scratchy to be true. So what we can do is we probably need a script to script. We can either have a script on our game, or we can emit a signal to an event bus, and then we can just catch that in our scratchy. I think for now we'll probably chuck it in here and keep the scratchy manually. Later on we can move it into something else, so that's cool. Yeah, we'll just keep it like that. Class name, let's call it like the cafe. Alright, so funk, start scratching. Mind you, how are we going to pass that from the game state? We have to listen to it, which is not good. So we probably need an event bus either way. Yes, we'll be using signals for that. Probably need the signal. I'll just keep it on here for now. Signal. Start scratching. Cool. Do start scratching dot emit. Oh, easy enough. We can do funk ready. Do game state. Start scratching dot connect. Yeah, start scratching. Something like that. We need to keep our frozen scratchy. What is that again? I think it's just a scratchy. Yeah. Ooh. We need to set this visible to true. Cool. Simple enough. We got no errors. I don't know what you're talking about. Got our scratchy set up. And we should just be passing it through. We need to call this toggle scratchies. And where are we going to call that from? NPC. Our request bowl, sorry. Go to the game state toggle scratchies. True. Simple enough. Ideally from here we can continue on to do other stuff like add some extra dialogue and whatnot, but I guess we can just have a look at current state at the moment, see if there's anything that's actually going on here. We get here, click there, we've got that. We haven't set up our sprites properly. Love that. I love that. The scratchy down the bottom, I think. All right. Oop. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. Do not mind me. Yeah, okay. That's pretty good. Just like scratch behind him. Probably better to go to have a separate scene for the scratching. Like we have a separate scene for this, so we can probably do that at some point, but you know, for now it's okay. And we're gonna loop in. Look at that. Wow. Speed run. Oop. We've got an issue already, I think. So we can only do that once before it has an issue. So we haven't fully finished the loop. I think setting up this, going to the scene doesn't work because of the way I have the game state set up at the moment. Really need probably I don't actually know what the best practice is for handling scene management and loading. I haven't really looked into it. I've just been like, yeah, just been making it up as I go, as you can see with this terrible switch statement. But yeah, pretty much what is happening is we go through the first one. We click on the bubble, we scratch the scratchy, then we go to the maker scene, which is fine. We finish that, we then go back to the game. Our scene index is now at 3, and we go again. And we're not going back here, we're just going to the default output. So the best thing in the world. This will not work in the long term because, you know, we're not looping. We also, I don't think we can pass a variable in for this. So if I like, I mean, we can have a look at the, what does it say? Maybe we can, maybe I'm wrong. Usually wrong, so e scene is equal to that. Do something like that. That seems to work. Double check it. Let's have a look. Happy. Still need to fix that. Scratching. Yeah. Yeah, that does seem to work. So maybe we can make use of passing string value through. Would be good. Mind you, it's still not going to work yet. We haven't actually done anything different. Yep. Cool. So scene path. So we can just scene path, something like that. Where do we use this? We can do this and finding files. Let's have a look. Yeah. Add ingredients from our scratchy. Okay, so and we add our scratchy ingredients, we want to go to the tea scene, I think. Oops. Would love to do that right. Go to scene. Probably a better name for it too. Try and keep things nice as we go. Go to scene. Okay, and then we've got another go to scene. We want to go to back to the game scene. Oop. It's our game state. Get rid of that. Go to our game scene. Get rid of that. We don't need the index anymore. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Something like that should be good. Oop. No, we missed our lovely. That's okay. Still have to fix the sprite. My goodness. Cool. So we go back to this scene. Got some ingredients. We'll brew a tea. Okay. We have a custom blend because we don't have data. That's okay. We go back as we did before. Click on it again. And we're back again, except this time we have more ingredients because we haven't reset our revealed ingredients from before. So that's okay. I guess we could infinitely grab ingredients now. Would like the scratchy to be larger, I think. This kind of game scene, look at that. Nice. Alright, so we need to fix this scratchy. Let's grab the PC in the chat. Where are you? Grab you right there. I think it's because it's a child of a node, actually. So that's a good one. I mean, we could just change this to a node 2D. Not ideal. That is interesting though, because maybe we can just force the throwing. Is it positive or negative? So I don't know. Let's have a look. Make Google. Godot sprite 2D. Is it node 2D? It's a node. Maybe we can just try it. Oop. Yep. Good enough for me. Probably want to scale that up a little bit as well, but I think it's okay for now. Is it centered? Mostly centered. It's not because of how the masking is set up, I think. It's alright. Alrighty. Are we average gamblers now is the question. Oh no, what have I done? Probably need to clear our children. Do that via code so I can keep the testing set up. Put it over. Ah, it's nice. Got the scratching width pretty big at the moment, just because yeah, just because I can, I guess, just for testing. Cool. That works pretty well. Once, I guess the only thing is that we're switching scenes. and we need to keep the current state of the NPC in the scene. So we have to possibly handle that via either the game state, or we need to make our NPC manager. I don't think at the moment we'd have to refactor it a bit if we wanted to make it like a singleton that's not necessarily within the game scene. That's probably what you should be doing, because we need to keep the NPC's state once it's spawned. We don't want it to just go back to the start and it comes back in again. It's not nice. We want it to be able to have some dialogue or whatever afterwards. You get scoring based on the kind of tea you made. They give a mood, something like that. And then we want them to walk away. So I guess that's something we can work on as well. Not too bad though. I think we're doing alright apart from the terrible dialogues, art, the terrible bubble art. Yeah, that's okay. So, if we want this to be there, we have to refactor how the spawn pos works. Probably doesn't make any sort of sense, but that's okay. Let's have a look. Oh, we don't need to look at those. Alright, NPCs. So our NPC probably needs to have some sort of state so we can tell what state it's in. Because there's the potential for NPCs to not have their request being taken at that point in time. So we need to keep the request, and then when we go to the scoring eventually, just like score how well the tea matches the customer request, then that's when we can do some magic scoring and then call it a day and tell them to get out of here, They got their tea, they're out of here. It's our ingredient. I don't know why. Just having a little poke around. Initiate, take us to the scratchy choosing scene. So I think we've done most of what we set out to do, which is pretty good. We can have a quick gander at what else we're gonna do. Oops, but we probably want to write that out as well. Because yeah. All right. So, what do we need to do? Standing node, so that's good. We need to refactor the spawn pos out of the NPC manager. We don't want that there. We want it within the game or the cafe scene itself. And into the cafe/game scene. So I haven't renamed it because, you know, it's not like naming is useful or anything, right? Well, once we've done that, we need to somehow get the spawn pos. This could be stored in the game. Could be stored in the cafe class. I think that's fine. Yep. That's probably a good thing. Spot for NPC spawn pos. Cool. Keep that. Have a function to get it. Get spawn pos. And so a node 2D. We could go further and just return the position. So that could be a... What is a position? It's a vector 2. Crazy. Alright. Return NPC spawn pos dot global position. Oh, I reckon. Good enough. So we now don't need the spawn pos. Yeah. We do need to get it though. So the current spawn pos equals 2.0. We probably need to go. We need to find the game state. Okay, so the game state needs to store a current func get current scene, and I think that will return a node 2D. So we can return null for now, but we can query it somehow. Should probably look into like the best practice in terms of this, but that's okay. We'll have a look later. So we get the current scene from the game state. Let's just close. Let's close everything. A little messy. Okay. So current spawn pos equals get current scene game state. Get the current scene. So we have to check, I guess, if we have a current scene so far. Current scene. So node 2D to null. Just, if not current scene, then that's when we return null. Else, return the current scene. Actually, you know what? Doesn't matter. Just return null anyways. Oh, sorry, return the current scene anyways. That's what I meant to say. So we will be chilling there. We need to set this though, so we probably need a signal to set current scene, which we can call let's drop this in the game. Ooh. Need to set current scene, and when we are set up, we need to set current scene dot connect to probably Funk. Current scene. I don't think you can name these the same thing, but you know, it's fine. Definitely look into scene management. Yep, it's got the same name. Okay. Update. Just pass in a different variable, different name, different word. We'll be right. Average distracted person. Okay. All right. Sustenance. We love water. Oh no. Lots of errors. Oh, they're gone now. We don't need them. Okay, so why don't we just get current? Yeah. Current spawn pos dot global position. Oh. So we can change that around now. Pretty good. Pretty good. We're chilling. With our current spawn position. So will that work? No, because we haven't called this signal. So our game class, our cafe, dot emit. Oh, we need to do dot scene dot emit, and we can pass in the self. Pass in our self. I think that's okay, because then we can grab the NPC spawn pos. Game state, we get current scene. Yeah, we set the current scene, then we get the current scene. We don't want the current scene, we want to dot probably shouldn't keep this in our game state. We'll do that's fine as is. In our game we want to call get spawn pos, but I'm worried it is not typed, so I think that's all we need to do, because yep, should be fine as long as it's set. We've got our current spawn pos. How good. And we've got an error straight away. Let's have a look at that. Non-existent function. Get spawn pos. Okay. Oh, it's because we have potentially we've got dependency issue. We're calling this as soon as the NPC manager is ready, which will be before we can actually grab that, right? Because in our cafe, once we're ready, we probably need a signal to our NPC manager. So we probably have to go NPC manager dot start day, something like that. We want to emit that. I think something like that will be fine. Then in our NPC manager, we can have a signal. Start day. And when we're ready, we can do our start day.connect to manage day. Something like that. A little cheeky, that's all right. Alrighty. Not bad, not bad. Oh. Now all we have to do is we need to save this as a scene. Save it in the NPC manager scene. Ooh. Ooh. We're good. It's good to me. All right. We want to set it up as an auto load. Oh. We won't trigger it straight away, so don't need it here anymore. Poor guy is gone, but we should still be able to set it up how we want our quest and that sort of thing. That'll be good. That's a lot of indenting. NPC manager is not declared in the current scope. Have a look. Should be good now. Oh. Game starts, that's good. We don't have our NPC because we are adding it as a child to a node that isn't in the scene. So that's not very good. Let's have a look at how we can work out that. Let's see, we can either put it as a child of the spawn position. We'll do that for now. Probably not the best idea. We can go current. It's just a... Alright. Okay, so we probably need to keep track of our game. So we probably want not just the spawn position, but like the cafe, right? Which is a node 2D. We want to set the cafe to GameState.getCurrentScene, and then the current spawn pos we can just do cafe.getSpawnPosition, because we can then do cafe. Let's have a look. We can say that's the spawn position or spawn point. We can just return the node 2D and add it as a child of that. Spawn point and the global position. we probably don't need to keep the cafe, but we probably want the spawn point. And we'll make it current 2. That's get spawn point. And then we can get rid of that and just grab the current spawn point's global position. We probably don't need to keep that. We can just reference it. Mind you, it's probably better to do that. And we want to grab the spawn point and add child. There you go. Are we in the scene now? Who knows? Who knows? Oop, we've got an error. Just return the spawn point. Good idea. Oop. Yep. Okay. Still don't have the NPC. It's not good. Have a look. Where is the spawn point? Spawn was. We need to rename that. It is right here. You can see that. That's good. We have the spawn point. We've got the NPC. I guess because we're setting the position and then adding it as a child, probably not the best order of operations. Try again. No, that didn't work either. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What happens if we add an NPC manually? It's added straight there. Why doesn't it show up? Who knows? Should just walk across. Interesting. What is going on here? Whoa. So we spawn the NPC. It looks like they existed. I mean, we can try again, have a look. Yeah, we got the NPC name set up and that sort of thing. They've got the request bubble open as well, which means they've finished the path. So I guess we're not doing correct. Probably set our global position. Assuming. Instead of a local position. Yep. There we go. Nice. Alright. So can we click on this is the big question. Yes. Okay. Bad. Oh, hi. No, I missed 5 people talking. So sorry about that. Sorry, YouTube chatters. It's okay. Maybe they'll come back. Once we're done gaming. You can doing some sort of gaming. Tell you what. Pretty gamer. Alrighty. So we've brewed our tea. And we're calling manage day again. That is an issue. That is an issue. Because valid access to property. Yep. It's because we need to store. Actually, it's been our NPC has been freed, so ideally we don't want to load a new scene. We probably want to do something else. Do something else. I might just take another sip of water. That but the thinking juices on, you know, it's pretty good. Anyways, so yeah, because our scene is gone and then reloaded, not good, not good. We need to work out to load a scene without bringing another scene. I guess we can probably. So what I'm thinking is instead of changing the scene to a file, get tree dot just load scene or something. Load a scene. Scene. What can we do with a scene? I don't think we can do that, but we can load a packed scene because we've got our team maker scene is just a UI at the moment. It's just a control node. So we should just be able to add it, toggle it to be visible. I think that'll be that we're doing. So let's have a look. It's beautiful speech bubble. So okay, so we need a canvas layer. Yeah. Let's add our T make a scene. Where is that? I put it in the UI for some reason, because it is UI. Oh. Does it fulfill the screen? It does. How good. Okay. So we need to make sure that probably don't need a UI manager, but the cafe needs to manage the current UI. Export for tea maker. Why? So control. Actually, I think it's typed. YT maker. Look at that. Wow. Whoever wrote that code is a genius. TeamMaker UI. Let's have a look. So we grab that. Oh, it's assigned, so I forget later because I fully forget, and that's all right. Second. Just average distractor. Average distracted. Oh. Yes. Orders. Yeah. Okay. So we probably want to be able to toggle tea maker. Toggle tea maker. Yeah. Void tea maker UI dot visible equals the toggle value, which is right here. I totally didn't forget that. There we go. Cool. So we can now toggle it on and off. Need to make sure that we toggle it off by default. And we need to make sure, what else do we need to do? We need to toggle it on when we go to our new scene instead of using the game state. Yeah, get rid of scene. Don't need that. Where do we use go to scene? That's the next question because I forget. Oh, look at that. Okay, so when we go to the team maker scene, instead of this, where are we? We are in the scratch grid. So we need to get tree. I think we'll get it from the. We can just go to the game state, I think. Still. Go to game state dot just debunk toggle scene, toggle UI, and then we can have a UI type, I guess. Type usable. No, it's a string. Type, and then the toggle value. Yep. Match type case tea maker. We want to. How do we grab it from this game state? We have the current scene, right? So we can just do current scene dot toggle tea maker to value. Cool. Default case and just I don't know. Just return or print invalid UI, something like that. So I can find it later. Otherwise, that would be annoying. And instead of going here, we can probably just go to the game scene as well. Or actually, sorry. Yeah, we can just toggle. We can do game state dot toggle UI. The type is tea maker, and we don't want the tea maker UI on anymore. So it's good. This one toggle UI tea maker to true. Easy enough. Yeah. Yep. So we should now be toggling UI on and off, which means we get to keep the NPC state. Hopefully they won't be queued. Free. We are gambling. Oh yeah, we win. And some ingredients, how good. Oh. Uh-oh. This ain't good. This ain't it. It's because we need to update the UI. Because I think the tea maker is currently set up to populate it when it first loads, which we don't want to do. What we can do is we can call this toggle it to true, toggle the UI, and then we can just populate grid if value. If we're turning it on, make sure we always populate the grid. Sorry, we need to reference the tea maker UI. Good enough. Yep, so we'll do that. We should be good after that, I guess. I will find out. Walking over our request. Nice, we've got our data. Pass through. Oh no. And we're toggling it every time we click. It's because we are in the same scene and we haven't handled our scratchy properly. So that's good. We will need to handle our scratchy so we can scratch. Our game state. Toggle scratchies. Where is that used? I have to make sure that we also only do the only if GameState.scratching. We need to set GameState.scratching to false, so then we can't scratch. Yes. There's a lot of stuff in here. Scratching is false. This is, should be probably GameState.scratching, so we're not scratching anymore. And we also need to make sure we can only do, what's this called? That is called in the scratchy itself. So let's go to the scratchy. That's the scratchy scene. Find the scratchy if I can add a click. Yep. And we'll go far. We'll go if scratchy. If we are scratching, then we can handle our input. Well, actually, let's yuck. That's yucky. If we're not scratching, let's just return. Don't handle any sort of input. Otherwise, we can do what we're doing. It's a nice little piece of code. That one. Cool. So, we need to be able to start scratching once we toggle it on. So from the NPC manager, the NPC node, we show the request bubble. When we click it, we toggle scratchies. When we toggle scratchies, scratching is true. Cool. Easy enough. How do we toggle our scratching to false? Double check that. We've scratched. We're not scratching anymore. We're now in the tea making scene. Does that work? We've got, I wouldn't say it's the best code, but it's code that we're doing. Hey, how's it going? Flaming rocket. We're chilling, we're scratching. Average gambler. We can now select again. How good. Let's brew. We're brewing our tea. We brewed our tea. We've got a custom blend tea. Very nice. Ugh. Let's go back. And we're still toggled, so we need to reset the scratchy, I think is the next thing. Try layering it. It'll work better. What do you mean by layering? Sorry, the stream might be slightly delayed. I go off on a lot of tangents, and sometimes it just ain't it, chief, you know? Alright, so we need to make sure our scratchy is disabled. That's what we're doing. So our game, start scratching. How about we change this to toggle scratching? First find where, find files where this is. We've got a lot of starting to scratch. It's okay. We can just toggle. And we can call it again later. Very nice. Cool. So we just need a cool game state dot. Probably need to update scratching. Can't believe we're using multiple values around the place. That's not very good. That's okay. Cool. Oh, scratchies, where is that used? Ah, okay. Yep. We can just toggle it back to false. We'll just do that instead of what we had set up in the scratchy grid. Scratchies. Emit. Oh no. Can't type. Oh no, how bad. Oh. Then the game state? It's a function. Oh no. There we go. Nice and easy. Easy code. Just an average coder, you know? Don't mind me. Where else do we toggle the scratchies? Or else, I think that could be alright. Find out. Let's do a little test. Could be layering as in. Probably not good to keep this as is. That's alright. Herb blend. There you go, look at that. It's gone. Magic. Magic of coding. So I guess we need to leave functionality for, so maybe let's write down what we need to do next. So in our NPC manager, or in our game state, we need to handle the button pressed to set our new state. I think probably need to have a proper think about it, but let's write down some notes anyways. So we've refactored this. So what do we need to do next? That is the question. We need to allow for the NPC to score the tea provided from their request. We need to trigger, I don't know, some dialogue for that. Probably won't get to that today, but that's okay. Something to do in the future. Trigger some dialogue. And what do we need to do next? After we've done that, allow for the NPC to walk off and despawn. Eventually, like if we're keeping, I haven't really decided yet, but if we're keeping specific NPCs, we may want to store, I guess, a bunch of data about them in some sort of save system, and then we can have like reoccurring NPCs. That'd be nice. Otherwise, I mean, they could be completely random. We don't know the NPCs, they're just generated. Would be nice to make it a little bit more personable, I guess, because if you think about like a real cafe, you might have recurring customers and that sort of stuff, and you know, you might always be able to make the perfect order. So yeah, be fun. Anyways, I think it is piss break time. Be right back. we've got a couple more things. I think be all and all, but good to get a start at least, I reckon. So probably. Let's have a look at our little game, little cafe where we vibe out and chill, make some teas. Tea. Ain't making coffee. We're just making tea. We're just chilling. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's get right into it. So, what? I have the most comfortable chair in the world, I swear. Allows me to not move around. Sit, not be uncomfortable. Alright. Let's we are going to have an empty function somewhere. Some class that allows us to score the tea. You know. That's fine. We can do that. Triggering dialogue. That's some other function in some other dialogue manager class that doesn't exist yet, because I may as well procrastinate doing the things that I don't want to do right now. What I do want to do is I want to allow for the NPC to walk off and despawn. This is what we're doing right here. I don't know if this code is like hard to see or not. You're interested? Interested? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what I'm saying? Let's have a look though. What are we doing? We want the NPC to walk off and despawn once we are back in the scene and we have a tea to have a tea. Okay. A tea to score. Sure. Something like that. We have the tea to score. We'll be fine. We'll continue on. So how do we detect that we have a tea to score? I'm thinking we need to do it in the game state. It's probably a good idea. Yeah. I don't know what else. Whoa. So I guess we'll just do it in the game state. Let's have a look. Where's our game state? We got rid of our, just close that. Okay. Forgot I had an event bus, but we're not using it. That's okay. Game state. Alrighty. So we have revealed ingredients. We can probably actually clear the ingredients. It's good. We've made these generic enough to I guess we need to handle it from the team maker. So here, instead of just toggling the UI, we want to probably stay dot add brewed tea, something like that, and the tea itself is the tea here, right here. So we probably want to have a variable bar brewed tea is a tea. Let's make that null by default. What's wrong with that? Get or set? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, this is our tea class. Pop this back out. Okay. Because I did the double. So I'm a fun guy. Alright. Add brewed tea, so say brewed tea equals that. We'll show our brewed tea result. We'll add our brewed tea once we press next. So we're done with that screen. We need some way to store that brewed tea with this function. So func add brewed tea is a tea of type tea. Avoid pass. We want a bar. We can call it brewed tea here as well. Brewed tea is going to equal to tea if brewed tea we have a brewed tea, so it's not null. And what do we want to do? Something indeed. Oh goodness. If we have a brewed tea, we want to probably toggle the NPC manager dot provide tea or something like that. Provide tea with brewed tea. Oh, how do we provide a tea? That's a good idea. Func provide a tea with a tea that is a tea. That's crazy. Cray tea. Okay. Provide a tea. Tea. Good, we're chilling. Chilling with the tea. We want to pass that on to the NPC or whatever, so we can say pass to NPC for scoring. That could be done. So either pass to NPC for us, pass to NPC for scoring, or pass to a static score manager, something like that, to get the scoring. Cool. So once we've done that, we can get dialog from NPC based on T. And once we have done that, we can we want to allow the NPC to walk away. So ideally we would have a dialogue manager, and the dialogue manager will await an input before allowing the NPC to walk away. We don't have a dialogue manager. Does anybody want to make a dialogue manager? Sure, people do. Do I want to make a dialogue manager? I don't think so. Drink bottle, average drink bottle. Okay, so what we're gonna do for now though is have some sort of functionality to trigger walk away, something like that. We need to know which NPC is doing that. That'll be one of the current NPCs. It'll be a specific one in there, so either we need to pass an index or just the actual NPC that it's for. The NPC itself needs to something like that. Ooh. Oh, sorry, current NPCs. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Distracted. Bridge, brain rotted. It's fine. Cool. So we're gonna trigger walking away with the first NPC for now, because that's easier said than done, because our NPC node needs to have a value of we've already got requesting. Make request, show request. We probably need to switch this to a toggle request. Toggle request value. I put that in the wrong spot. Whoops. True value. Nice. Very good. Cool. Toggle request true. So when we make a request, we probably need to put requesting is true. So we can just check the requesting value on the NPC in the manager. So we just check if npc.requesting, then so if we're still requesting, we can make sure that requesting npc dot handle walk away, something like that. Something like that is good. Funk handle walk away. So pretty much we're going to then move. We're also going to want to set the flip horizontal to true. I think it's false by default. I'll double check that. Yep. So we'll just do that. Make sure we're not requesting anymore because we don't want the request bubble. So we toggle request. Make a request. We should probably put it in there. So then we can just toggle the request to false. and walking away by flipping and then moving. So you need to do like a negative, either negative, or we can do something like just add another point back here. Something like this. Just manage the current points. Just chuck it back. Walk in and walk out. Wonder what happens if we're just... Yeah. Oh. So that's going to go to false though. They're going to start... probably need to make sure they're finished or request finished. Surely not. They turned around. They're not moving though. I wonder why. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's fine. Just do that. And a walk away. Cool. So we did flip it. Or request. Requesting equals value. Nice. So we need to set requesting to false. Our request finished is true, however. And flip it, we start walking, and then we should... We're not requesting, so that's false now, because we never actually said that before. This is now true, so it should go negative. Something like that. Something like that. That's cool. Did the same thing again. Should probably log the progress. Pathing progress. Let's have a look. Go back to 12. Easy enough. Ooh. Brew. Go back. We're going back. It goes up to 14. Okay. So this one. finished. Else we can check. I don't know, 0.1 or something. Should be going down. We also need to make it move backwards. Would love to see the pathing via the debugger. Would be great. Yeah, it's because that's an issue. Yeah, it's always being set. It's not statically in the field, in the scene. So that is interesting. That's okay. Very, very interesting. All right. Should get the lovely sounds. Yeah, we need the path to be in the scene, I think. Yeah. Something like that. Because the path follow, we're pretty much setting the player's global position. I mean, not the player, the NPCs, so yeah. Yes. Oh. That's all right. Yeah, because I guess we need to find it in the scene and pass it through from the manager, I reckon. It's probably a good idea. So I guess the goal is to grab this in the game. We set our path. No, we can't copy that. Not very good at Godot UI stuff. There we go. Cool. So we can set that back over here. We should be able to just move this across too. So ideally they just walk in like that to the counter. They can chill. We need to have this in the game and then make it available. So that is something we have to do. Find the path to walk on. Can't get path. Is a node 2D. And we can just return the path. Easy enough. Sorry, path 2D. It's a node path, apparently. Oh. Is it? Overrides method. Okay, we do. Fortunately, we will have to call it get NPC path or get scene path. That's probably not terrible. And just return the path. Easy enough. Probably need to look into best practices in terms of pathing and pathing between scenes and scene management. It's not something that like I've done a ton of, but it is what it is. So yeah. Anyways, we'll get the scene path in the game. When the NPC gets the current scene, we want to save that, which I think I had done and then I got rid of it. So far, current scene, just a node 2D, I think. Current scene, game state, okay, current scene, and current spawn point is gonna be current scene, okay, spawn point, cool. And then we can do, probably won't need to grab the current path again, so we should be chilling. But when we set the NPC data, we actually want to do get scene path, which is not typed because it's an OTD. Let's call it a cafe. I think that's better. Yep. Cool. So get the scene path. In the NPC node, when we set data, we also have a path 2D with our path. Cool. So path is path. Path follow equals path dot. Guess they don't have that. Get child. Get the first child. For now. It's famous last words. That's alright. Cool. So now we've set that up. Should be statically in the scene now. So don't need those, but that's okay. Just move to the thing again. Wonder if that works or if it just breaks. Just breaks. Yeah, definitely breaks. Okay, let's have a look. Oop. Okay. Let's try and redo that fast enough. Oh no. Let's set the camera. Okay. Hang on. Third time's the charm. Let's go, let's go. Oh, it reset. Do you know what? Can't be bothered. Set it to 100. Just see. I think they are very slowly moving, so that's progress. We probably want to set that to like 50. The progress. I don't know how that works still. It's okay. They decided to stop at 100 right there. Okay. What is the... Can we look at the progress ratio again? What does that look like? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Stop if it's more than 0.5 and 0.05. Okay. Yep. And let's make this 100. They stopped straight away. So we're less than 0.5 and progress ratio. I didn't change all the values. It's okay. Just going for a walk. Oh, so we're now 50% of the way through the path. Let's actually use the input. That's fine. Just pretend you're not seeing that debug square cube. No cubes. Anyways, milk and herbs. And they're gonna walk away. Easy. Easy. Pathing progress. Back down to nothing. They stop, they despawn, and that's it. That is pretty good. Honestly, they are pretty slow. We don't need the progress max. We also don't need this because we can just keep going through. And we shouldn't need this. But we can do else, and then if the ratio is at greater than or equal to, I don't know, 1.0, then we can just get rid of the NPC. CML. See you later. Not bad. Some cocoa, some sugar, and some herb. Custom blend. It's a little sweet. Got a bit of aroma from the herb. Not very warm. Exactly sure how I'm gonna link temperature in, but that's okay. We'll work that out later. Ah, they're now not walking. Okay. That's because I added that on. Yep, there we go. Okay, we're at about, yep, 50%. Let's do our scratchy. Nice, cool, calm, relaxing. Wow. Right. What we want. Double chocolate and sugar. Hell yeah. Sweet. Alright, see ya. Bye. Look at that. Oh, and they're walking back again. Is that because why are they going down? Got up to 99 and then they started again. Okay. Right. I guess you can't do the 100% frame by frame. It's okay. Nice. 3 lots of chocolate. Very sweet. Pretty sweet though. Wait till we get to 99. Yes, we hit it. How does that work? That's because we're doing it on a physics process. So if the frames, yeah, if it moves too fast, it won't be able to get exactly 1.0. And as soon as it gets to 1.0, it's gonna start going back down again. So it'll be in between frames when it hits it. So that's kind of cool. But all right. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to do today. So I think we did pretty well. Yeah. Cool. I mean, clean up this. Keep that spaced out. The code is, I mean, it's not great. We can get rid of this text. It's not great code. We can delete some of this. But we do have a path that is passed through a cafe scene, even though it's called game.gd. I'll probably refactor it back, back to being a game scene. So if we want to have more scenes in the future, because this is it's pretty basic, we'll probably expand it, but I'm not great at art, so I kind of put it off, which is fine. I think, yeah, what we'll do is from here, we can actually start working on the dialogue system, which will be nice. We can also work on the scoring system. Once we have that, I think we'll have pretty much the main gameplay loop, which is nice. So yeah, once we've finished that, I think that's to go from there, you know. We can then test out by adding lots of different items like ingredients. We can make special types of teas and that sort of thing. We can have different types of scratchies. Everything will be kind of chilling. So yeah, I don't really yeah, I think once that's it, then we'll have the full gameplay loop. So what more could you want? You know? I'd say nothing. You couldn't want anything more. Such a good little game. Yeah. Pretty good. Alrighty. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it off here because we have finished everything. So thanks for stopping by if you stopped by. And apart from that, I think see you next time. Maybe.